In the far north of Antagarich, beyond the mountains and the storms, lies the high kingdom of Bracada, realm of the mages, citadel of wisdom and light. Their towers pierce the clouds, their libraries whisper with the hum of magic, and beneath the cloud spire range, the eternal spring flows, a river of mana that fuels every spell, warms every hearth, and keeps the heart of Bracada alive. Should that flow ever cease, the towers would dim and the light of reason would fade into the snow. But far to the south, in the land of the dead, Deyja stirs. The Lich King Sandro gazes northward, envious of Bracada's purity. For the magic that nourishes the mages could also feed his endless legions, the skeletal hosts, the dragons of bone, the hollow kings of shadow. So, in the depths of winter, his emissaries came, escorted by death knights and vampires, bearing a promise of peace. They offered to share the magic of the cloud spire, asking only for 3 springs, and the right to station their legions there. They called it cooperation, but every mage knew it was conquest wearing a smile. For 3 nights the conclave of Bracada burned with argument. The fire orbs flared, parchments curled in the heat. The archmage Solmir struck his staff and thundered, "We strike first, with lightning, not fear." But the sage Gavin Magnus replied, "You cannot wound the dead with anger. Wait, let time unmake them." Their voices clashed like storms in a bottle, until a young voice cut through the chaos. Elden Morningstar, heir of the Storm Tower, student of Solmir, chosen of Magnus. He stood at the map of the cloud spire, calm as snowfall. His words were quiet, but they silenced the hall. "We retreat." 3 camps. Silence. To retreat was to yield the high ground, to abandon the springs, to admit weakness. The council froze, shocked and furious, and far across the ice, the undead laughed. The Lich General Thant watched the mage legions withdraw in perfect order, 1 camp, then another, then a third, 90 miles in total. He believed victory assured. He ordered his troops to rest, to drink the blood of their enemies, to loosen their ranks. The night grew still, and then the sky broke. From deep within the snow valley, magic circles flared to life. Elden raised his staff, whispered a single word, "Awaken." The storm answered. The thunder legions of Solmir surged forth, lightning tearing the heavens open. Iron golems marched in unison, titans roared from the peaks, and the cavalier allies charged with radiant banners that split the dark. The undead lines shattered. They had never imagined that retreat could be a weapon. They thought it was fear. But what destroyed them was not Bracada's lightning. It was their own arrogance. When dawn came, an apprentice asked the king, "Your Majesty, why did we retreat?" Elden stood on the frozen plain, gazing toward the shining towers in the distance. His breath rose in the cold like a wisp of magic. "Retreat," he said softly, "is not escape. It is patience given form. To wait until pride grows careless, until arrogance blinds itself, and then to strike. True victory does not lie in the first storm, but in the silence after, when the enemy believes it has ended." And so the mages of Bracada remembered. They named it the 3-camp retreat and carved the king's words above the gates of the tower. Wisdom in retreat surpasses courage in haste. The wind still howls across the cloud spire range, but high above the blizzard, the towers of Bracada still shine. And now we speak of the real history this story reflects. In 632 BCE, during the spring and autumn period of China, in the Battle of Chengpu, the ruler of Jin, Duke Wen, had once been sheltered by the state of Chu in his youth. He had promised then, "If one day our armies meet, I shall retreat 3 shi, 90 li, to honor the grace I once received." When war finally came, he did exactly that. The army of Chu saw Jin retreat and laughed, thinking Jin was afraid. Their formation loosened, their discipline wavered. And at that moment, Duke Wen counterattacked, routing the Chu army completely. Thus, the phrase, "retreat 3 Shi," does not mean cowardice. It is strategy, patience, and understanding of human pride. To retreat at the right moment is to make the enemy defeat themselves. The strongest person is not the one who always advances, but the one who knows when to step back, so the enemy steps into their own downfall.